Hey there, this is Johnny at JSD Arms. Now, I usually don't sit down and tell stories, but I just want to say how important it is to have a medical kit with you or in your vicinity 24/7. You never know when something's going to happen. Just like the story I'm about to tell right now. And today I want to make this video that this happened about a week ago. I had to utilize my IFAK. And what I figured out is location is key, and preparing already prepared IFAK, which makes no sense, but I'm going to iterate. The ones that say they're good to go, I got an elite IFAK on the front of my range bag, and where I kept my range bag is in my truck. I always keep this in my truck because you never know what's going to happen. Like when this is mainly made for the range, I got extra ammo in here, I got, I ain't gonna go through the contents of my bag. I'll do an updated one. It has changed since my last video, but there are extra contents in my bag, but pretty much it's just to be ready for the range. Extra targets, extra magazines. But what was really important that day a week ago was that I had this right here, my IFAK. It's attached to the front of this, and I always keep it in my vehicle. I updated it after I ordered some stuff I could have had a lot more on hand due to the emergency. And I'm not going to disclose any names. I was at work, and I was in the middle of working, and I saw this person that I'll leave unnamed, I know him, start walking up this ramp, and all I saw was a red shirt. He had on a dark navy blue shirt, and it was all covered in blood. So from then, I knew something was wrong. I had an IFAK in my truck, I knew it, so I sprinted towards my truck, grabbed my IFAK, and started administering first aid. Now with this, I added some things to it. You can see in the video in the right hand corner, left hand corner, wherever it is, wherever it pops up, that's the actual contents of this stock. But I've added a little bit more to it, and I'm going to critique it a little bit as well. The quick clot is amazing. That's what stopped his bleeding. I didn't have to use mine because luckily enough, this was on the coast by the way, Marine Patrol showed up and they had the same stuff as I did, which was pretty cool that we all had the same thing. Not cool that the situation happened, but it's just really cool that they made a kit that is just as good as Marine Patrol's. They're not really experts at medical care, but we're all trained. We all have certain training. So in the Marines, we try to stop the bleeding. So I took out an H&H bandage and to see if that was going to work, and then pretty much when Marine Patrol got there, they took over. They were there a couple seconds after he was, but I was just so full of adrenaline, I just ran over and started doing work anyway. He bled out a lot. He's lucky to be alive. It was a cut to the throat. Like I said, I'm not going to say names, but he had an accident, cut his throat while trying to cut something, and so I had to utilize this. And if Marine Patrol wasn't there, I would have to do the next step, which they went to, which I would have administered this. Quick clot. It's used by the military, not in this form, but this is a quick clot sponge. Also got a quick clot gauze. Also got quick clot gauze as well. Either way, it helps seal up the wound and it really stops the bleeding really fast. I've also bought another bandage, another battle dressing. So another thing I really didn't like, a few things I didn't like about the kit was that it seemed really big for the amount of gear in it. It does have a lot of gear in it, don't get me wrong, for like one or two mishaps, and probably one major mishap and one minor mishap. But what really irritated me was the black gloves. When I went to put them on, I put on one glove, it got on, but it was really tight. And I put on the other one and it just pretty much ripped. So I was working with one glove. Gloves are, one of the things you really don't think about. Protect yourself, put on some gloves, get to work, and stop the bleeding. I'm no means a medical expert. I'm not even close to a medical expert. I just pretty much know the basics. But I'm really thankful that I had the kit. I'm really thankful that Marine Patrol was there, and this kit could have saved his life if they weren't there. And I'm so glad I didn't have to use anything further than the bandage, the H&H bandage. because you don't know how people are going to react when you put quick clot on their neck. From what I saw in boot camp, it has a really violent effect with liquids. With that, if I was to get the Elite First kit, I would definitely replace the black gloves just to have them on. I know these aren't sterile because they're out of the package, but at least it protects you enough where you're okay. H&H bandages and a little bit more quick clot because it comes with just the bare minimal for one major wound and one minor wound. So is what I would improve with the kit: the gloves and a little bit more H&H bandages and so on and so forth. The Israeli bandages work really well if you know how to use them. I know how to use H&H and Israeli bandages. You can also go on YouTube and check them out. But I'm so glad I had this kit with me that day.